What's up guys, macadii here, and today guys, a brand new team building video. Well, what we're going to be doing is building around Landorus-t up in OU, but a very much more sort of interesting set. Now this was originally meant to be a stream, but I apologise that it's not. Unfortunately, YouTube decided to be stupid and not work for me. So unfortunately, I had to try and find an alternative way to do this, and I thought, you know, the best way to do is still get a video out for you guys at the very least. I know we've not got the battling and stuff like that, but I'll try and fit in the stream if I get a chance to actually give this team a go. So we've got a double dance Landorus this time with Earthquake, Stone Edge, Stored Dance and Rock Polish. So this set is designed to pretend to be, you know, the standard either like scarfed or defensive set, and that makes people try and play around it. But what the people don't realise is this set is designed to use Earthquake and Stone Edge to start with, to basically put the pressure on early game, do a little bit of sort of mini wall breaking, nothing particularly fancy, and then late game what we can then do is do Swords Dancers or Rock Polish up, depending on their team. So if it's a bulky team, we Swords Dance up. If it's a fast offensive team, we go for Rock Polish, and we just find our time to do it. Like, you know, if Keldio's locked into a Secret Sword or something like that, then we could Rock Polish up, basically outspeed, and then potentially sweep them from there. So that's very, very nice. So we need to have a think about some potential teammates that could go well with this, and one guy I think could work quite well, which is a little bit interesting I must admit, is Mega Heracross. So Heracross puts a lot of pressure on, you know, a lot of Landorus's checks, and just in general it's another really great sort of, it's just a really great dedicated wall breaker that you can use early game to put a lot of pressure on teams. That there's very few switches into this guy. We can go for the bulky wall breaker, which I'm kind of leaning towards, and it's interesting though, they actually run a slightly different set to one, you know, ones that I'm slightly more comfortable to. I think this is the one, isn't it? The bulky wall breaker, yeah. So basically this set doesn't have as much invested in attack as you might think. Like, you would expect it to be 252 adamant in attack, but basically we don't need to invest as much, because once we mega up, we've got like 185 attack. So even if we put all our EVs in, we're actually not, as a percentage, making that much of a difference. Whereas if we invest all of that into HP, if you have a look once we mega up, Mega Heracross, once we mega up, we have 115 defense, 105 speed def, and then if we invest as much as possible into HP, then we're going to be incredibly bulky. And basically it's just like bulky offense wall breaker, so you can decide either do some damage to this Heracross and then die, or do I switch out and let something else potentially die from taking a massive hit. So that's going to be very nice for us. We have got Close Combat, Pin Missile, Rock Blast, and Substitute on the set. We could change the Substitute up for Bullet Seed if we want, but with the investment that we've got, we outspeed Rotom Wash, we can bait it to go for like standard defense, we can bait it to go for the Will-O-Wisp, we get the free sub up, and then we can basically blow it back with either 2 CCs or even if 1 CC, if that's even, you know, even possible to do from that, which is pretty nice. So yeah, a really, really fantastic early game wall breaker. Puts a lot of pressure on a lot of teams, and it fares okay with Landorus, because Landorus obviously allows us to check bird spam a bit. Like, I know we are the more offensive set, so it's not as well, but it's still, you know, got a fairly good typing to help sort of Heracross go along from that aspect. So we need to have a think as well what other mons we could go with to actually assist this team, and I would like some speed control if possible, and also a bit of sort of Volt Turn to help try and bring Heracross in, and also the Landorus in if we need to. So Thundurus could be quite an interesting choice here to have as a, what's we'll call it? Is this the one? Thunderbolt, Empower Ice. Yep, this is the one with Thunder Wave. We could even change that to even add Volt Switch into there if we wanted to, instead of Focus Blast. Considering we've got the Heracross to put, you know, a lot of pressure on things like T-Tars, like Scarf. T-Tar is incredibly popular at the minute, so having a way to be able to Volt Switch out, go into Heracross and just put the pressure on, I think we're going to be risky. We're going to be a little bit interesting and add Volt Switch onto that, and just see how that goes. If you guys think that's wrong, then let me know. Obviously, I'm open to any suggestions to actually improve the team from there, but I think it could be quite an interesting, I think it could be interesting. Being able to just be able to Volt Switch out would be very, very nice for us, but as I said, we can always change that out if needs be. This also gives us a good check to Bisharps as well, because Bisharp with our bulk, we should be able to take it on fairly well. We don't have to worry about Landorus setting it off with Intimidate and getting an extra attack boost that we really don't want to have to deal with from there. So we do need some way to be able to set up hazards, and we also need, you know, a few ways to be able to check opposing Landoruses, because at the minute, if it's Scarf Landorus, we could be in a spot of bother. We're also very weak to things like Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny puts a lot of pressure onto us. So this is an interesting idea, but why don't we go down the Ferrothorn route? Because we can go for the Rocky Helmet set, which helps a lot to put pressure on. They don't have Rocky Helmet on there, but we're going to pop Rocky Helmet on here, I think, with... let's see, Rocky Helmet with Iron Barbs. So basically it means that if there's a Scarf Lando T, and we know it's going to be going for U-turn very obviously, then we can go into Ferrothorn, it U-turns out, we don't take a huge amount of damage, and then he gets Iron Barbs plus Rocky Helmet, and we can basically just help whittle down Landos from there, which is very nice. We want Stealth Rock on this guy, which will help us a lot to help, you know, Heracross get some kills, and then finally help, you know, Landorus get some kills late game and stuff like that. So we've got a sort of almost like bulky offense going on here-ish. I mean, maybe not as bulky as we could be, but it would be nice to maybe have a little bit more speed, and also we need a way to be able to get rid of hazards. Keldeo is another big problem, so we do need to switch into Keldeo as well. So we could either go down the like Lati twin route, or we could go down the Starmie route. Let's see, so we could go down the Starmie route. I quite like the idea of that, because that gives me another switch into Heatran, which at the minute I'm not particularly handling very well. So I think we're going to go for Starmie. It's a great rapid spinner, but we're going to go for that support set, the utility set. Yeah, this is the one with Scald and Psyshock. Yeah, that's going to be great for us. That just gives us a check. It gives us a check to Calm Mind Keldeo as well, which is also very nice, because sub Calm Mind Keldeo actually puts in so much work versus our team. So I think, yeah, Starmie we're definitely going to need, because I know obviously Thundurus outspeeds, but still, like, if it gets behind a sub, we're going to have to basically sack off Thundurus, and then we got nothing to be able to take it on from there. Whereas at least Starmie, we know Starmie will be able to take it on sort of every single time from there. We are very weak to, still weak to, you know, quite weak to Talonflame and stuff like that. So we could go down, potentially, the Tyranitar route could be quite nice, because that would give us a Pursuit Trapper for all the bulky Psychic types, which obviously, if they predict the switch right with Heracross, can be a pain. They can semi-check to Thundurus. We've got switch-ins to Dracos with the Ferrothorn, which we will really need to rely on Leech Seed, so it's not the most reliable. So yeah, I think we are going to go... Tyranitar, because we've got a few fighting resists, so that's actually not the worst thing in the world. We'll go for Tyranitar, and I think we're going to go Choice Banded, or we're going to go Choice Scarf. Actually, I think we're going to go Choice Scarf, because Choice Scarf allows us to switch in, take the pursuits from Latis, and then, take the Dracos from the Latis and stuff like that, and then we can pursue them from there. Helps us, or we go down the Truffle route. Indecisions. Let's see. So Heracross is fairly bulky, so that helps us a lot. We have got a way to force out Mega Lopunny almost every time because we're so bulky. I'm just a little bit worried about Mega Lop putting in a little bit too much work. So we could actually go down the Chopper route if we wanted to. Oh, this is a tricky one. Or do we just go all out and just go Choice Band? I think we need the speed, to be honest. So I think we're going to go for Choice Scarf T-Tar from there. So I think that's what we're going to do with the team for the time being. Let me know if there's any suggestions of what you think, any big problems with the team. As I said, I build these live, so there's a very good chance I've missed out on a big problem versus something. So do definitely let me know from there. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys at the next one. macadii out.